the thunderous laughter echoing through the grand hall of the Intergalactic Federation's headquarters on Nexus Prime was deafening. Ambassador Xylith Voss of Earth stood frozen, her face burning with a mixture of anger and embarrassment. She had just finished playing a selection of humanity's greatest musical compositions, from classical symphonies to groundbreaking rock anthems, expecting to wow the assembled alien dignitaries. Instead, she was met with howls of derision. "You call that music?" bellowed Grax Thalamite, the bulbous, purple-skinned representative from Velner 9. "It sounds like a Kraxan beast giving birth to a litter of Zorbanian fire slugs." Fresh peals of laughter erupted from the assembled crowd. Xylith clenched her fists, fighting the urge to hurl the holographic projector at Grax's smug face. She had spent months preparing for this cultural exchange, certain that Earth's rich musical heritage would finally earn humanity the respect it deserved in the galactic community. "Perhaps," drawled Elira Nixwind, the willowy ambassador from the crystalline worlds of the Lumina cluster, "we should have expected no better from a species that's barely mastered faster-than-light travel. Your music is as primitive as your technology." Xylith took a deep breath, forcing herself to maintain diplomatic composure. "With all due respect, Ambassador Nixwind, music isn't about technological advancement. It's about emotion, creativity, the very essence of what makes us dash." Silence. The booming voice of High Counselor Zuaxthra Voom cut through the din. The ancient, multi-limbed being's bioluminescent skin pulsed with irritation. "We've wasted enough time on this." Cacophony. "Earth's petition for full Federation membership is denied. You may retain your observer status, but until your species can contribute something of actual value to our galactic society, you will remain little more than a cosmic curiosity." The words hit Xylith like a physical blow. Years of hard work, of slowly building diplomatic bridges, all undone because these arrogant aliens couldn't appreciate the power of a guitar solo or the subtle beauty of a piano concerto. She wanted to scream, to force them to listen, to understand, but it was useless. The assembled dignitaries were already turning away, their dismissive chatter filling the hall. Xylith gathered her materials with shaking hands, fighting back tears of frustration. As she made her way towards the exit, a soft voice caught her attention. "Don't let their reaction discourage you, Ambassador Voss." Xylith turned to see Kael'thor, the enigmatic representative from the gaseous world of Ethoria. His swirling, vaporous form shimmered with gentle pulses of light. "Your music, it stirred something within me," Kael'thor continued, his voice barely above a whisper. "I sense depths that the others are too blind to see. Keep sharing your songs, Ambassador. The universe may need them more than it knows." With a grateful nod, Xylith straightened her shoulders and strode out of the hall. Kael'thor's words had rekindled a spark of hope, but the sting of rejection still burned. As her ship prepared to depart Nexus Prime, she made a silent vow. Humanity's music would not be silenced. And someday, somehow, she would make the entire galaxy sing along. Little did Xylith know that someday would come far sooner than anyone could have imagined, and that the very fate of the universe would hinge on the power of an Earth song. The searing pain of Earth's rejection from the Intergalactic Federation still gnawed at Xylith Voss as she strode into the bustling control room of the Harmonic Convergence Project. It had been 2 years since that humiliating day on Nexus Prime, but the memory fueled her every waking moment. "Status report, Dr. Ravi," she barked, her eyes scanning the holographic displays filling the cavernous space. Dr. Zura Ravi, Earth's leading xenomusicologist, looked up from her console with a mixture of excitement and exhaustion etched on her face. "We've had a BREKTHROUGH, Ambassador. The quantum harmonics are finally stabilizing." Xylith's heart raced. "Show me," she demanded, leaning over Zara's shoulder. The main screen flickered to life, displaying a dizzying array of waveforms and equations. To the uninitiated, it looked like chaos. To Xylith and her team, it was the key to revolutionizing music itself. "We've managed to isolate the fundamental frequency of, well, reality," Zara explained, her fingers dancing across the holographic interface. "By manipulating these quantum resonances, We can create music that doesn't just move the emotions. It can literally move matter. Xylith's mind reeled at the implications. Are you saying we can reshape the fabric of space-time through sound? Zara finished with a grin. Hell yes, we can. A cheer erupted from the assembled scientists and engineers. 2 years of relentless work, of pushing the boundaries of physics and musicology, were finally bearing fruit. But that's not all. Came a gravelly voice from the back of the room. Xylith turned to see Kazuo Takeda, the project's chief engineer, limping towards them. His cybernetic leg whirred softly with each step, a souvenir from humanity's first, disastrous contact with the militant Vroktar Empire. We've detected something, Kazuo continued, his weathered face grave. A disturbance in the quantum field, originating from deep space. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. The room fell silent as Kazuo pulled up the data. A haunting, discordant wail filled the air, an alien song that sent shivers down Xylith's spine. What the hell is that? She whispered. Zara's face had gone pale. If our theories are correct, it's a tear in the fabric of reality itself. And it's growing. Xylith's mind raced. Could this be the opportunity they'd been waiting for? A chance to prove humanity's worth to the galaxy? How long until the tier reaches populated systems? She asked, already formulating a plan. Kazuo's fingers flew over his datapad. At its current rate of expansion, 3 months maximum. Then we have work to do, Xylith declared, her voice ringing with determination. I want every scrap of data we have on this phenomenon sent to the Federation, and I want our prototype ready for field testing in 48 hours. Ambassador, Zara protested, the system hasn't been fully tested. We don't know if We don't have a choice. Xylith snapped. The fate of the galaxy is at stake. It's time to show those smug aliens what Earth's music can really do. As the team scrambled into action, Xylith allowed herself a grim smile. The universe had mocked humanity's songs. Now, those very songs might be its only hope for survival. Little did they know, the true test of their musical mastery was yet to come. For as Earth prepared its sonic defense, ancient forces were stirring in the darkness between the stars. Forces that would push humanity's creativity and courage to their very limits. The Grand Hall of the Intergalactic Federation, once a place of mockery for Earth's music, now thrummed with palpable fear. Xylith Voss stood before the assembled dignitaries, her face grim as she presented humanity's findings. The anomaly we've detected isn't just a tear in space-time, she explained, her voice echoing through the cavernous chamber. It's a song, a horrifying, reality-warping song that's unraveling the very fabric of our universe. Murmurs of disbelief and panic rippled through the crowd. High Counselor ZYX-Thra, Vum's bioluminescent skin pulsed an anxious yellow. Preposterous. How can mere sound pose such a threat? Xylith's eyes narrowed. Perhaps if you bothered to truly listen to our music 2 years ago, you'd understand its power, she retorted, unable to keep the bitterness from her voice. Before ZYX-Thra could respond, alarms blared throughout the station. The main view screen crackled to life, showing a terrifying sight. A massive, swirling vortex of dark energy was tearing through the Andromeda galaxy, entire star systems vanishing into its maw. By the cosmic egg, whispered Grax Thalamite, his purple skin ashen with horror. It's happening even faster than your projections. Xylith nodded grimly. The anomaly is drawn to complex harmonies. The more advanced a civilization's music, the more it attracts the entity behind this destruction. Then we are doomed, wailed Elara Nixwin, her crystalline form trembling. Our people have spent millennia perfecting our sonic arts. Not necessarily, Xylith countered, activating a holographic display. Earth has developed a prototype defense system. Using principles of quantum harmonics, we believe we can counter the anomaly's effects and potentially seal the breach. The assembled aliens stared at the schematics in stunned silence. It was Kale Thor, the Thorian representative, who spoke first. This technology, it's decades beyond what we thought Earth capable of. Xylith allowed herself a small, satisfied smile. You'd be amazed what humans can accomplish when properly motivated. High Counselor Xthraw's tendrils writhed in agitation. Even if this device works, how do you propose to deliver it? Our fastest ships would take weeks to reach the anomaly's current position. We don't need to, Xylith replied. We can broadcast the counter-harmonies across subspace. But we'll need to tap into the Federation's communication network to amplify the signal. A tense silence fell over the chamber. Granting Earth access to such sensitive technology was unprecedented. But as another alarm klaxon wailed, announcing the destruction of yet another star system, desperation won out over suspicion. Very well, Xthra declared. You have the full resources of the Federation at your disposal, Ambassador Voss. But I warn you, if this is some elaborate ruse— With all due respect, Counselor, Xylith interrupted, her voice steel. We don't have time for paranoia. Humanity is fighting for the survival of every species in this room. Now, are you going to help us? Or shall we watch the universe unravel together? The next few hours were a blur of frantic activity. Federation engineers worked alongside the human team, integrating Earth's quantum harmonic technology into the vast subspace relay network. As they raced against time, the view screens showed a galaxy in chaos. Refugee fleets fled dying worlds, while others futilely fired everything in their arsenals at the ever-expanding vortex. Finally, Dr. Zura Ravi looked up from her console, sweat beading on her brow. It's ready, she announced. But Ambassador, there's a problem. Xylith's heart sank. What is it? Zara's voice trembled. The calculations— they're too complex. Our AIs can't process the harmonics fast enough to keep up with the anomaly's expansion. We need a human mind to guide the music. The implications hit Xylith like a physical blow. Whoever took on that task would have their consciousness stretched across the galaxy, exposed to unimaginable forces. There was no guarantee they'd survive the experience. She took a deep breath, squaring her shoulders. Then there's only one choice. Prepare the interface. I'm going in. As the Federation aliens watched in awe and trepidation, Xylith Voss strapped herself into the neural link chair. The fate of the universe now rested on a human's ability to conduct the greatest symphony in cosmic history. And as the countdown began, Xylith closed her eyes, reaching deep into her memories for the perfect melody to save creation itself. The moment Xylith's consciousness merged with the quantum harmonic network, her world exploded into sound and light. Every atom in the universe seemed to sing to her, a cacophony of cosmic proportions that threatened to overwhelm her very being. Focus, Ambassador. Dr. Zura Ravi's voice cut through the chaos, a lifeline to reality. Find the melody. Earth needs you. The universe needs you. Gritting her metaphysical teeth, Xylith pushed through the sensory overload. Gradually, patterns emerged from the noise. She could feel the anomaly now, a discordant screech tearing at the fabric of space-time. It's not random, she gasped, her voice echoing strangely through the ship's speakers. There's a pattern to the destruction, almost like it's searching for something. In the control room, the assembled aliens and humans watched in awe as Xylith's consciousness expanded across the galaxy. Holographic displays showed the anomaly's advance slowing, recoiling from the first tentative harmonies Xylith wove to counter its effects. Incredible, breathed Kale Thor, his gaseous form swirling with excitement. She's actually pushing it back. But the victory was short-lived. The anomaly pulsed, sending a shockwave of dissonance that shattered Xylith's carefully constructed sonic barriers. She screamed, feeling as if her very soul was being torn apart. Vital signs are critical, Zara shouted, her fingers flying over the medical console. We have to pull her out. No. Xylith's voice boomed, distorted by pain and determination. I can do this. I need. And then, in the depths of her anguish, Xylith heard it. A song, so achingly familiar, yet impossibly distant. The lullaby her grandmother used to sing, a melody passed down through generations, its origins lost to time. With the last of her strength, Xylith began to hum. The simple tune rippled outward, carried by the quantum harmonics to the farthest reaches of space. Where it touched, stars steadied, planets calmed, and the very fabric of reality seemed to sigh in relief. The anomaly recoiled, its destructive advance halted by the power of this ancient Earth song. But it wasn't retreating. Instead, it began to coalesce, taking on a form that defied description. Part energy, part music, part living thought. And then, to the shock of everyone watching, it spoke. At last, the entity's voice resonated through subspace, shaking worlds with its power. After eons of searching, we have found it. The primal song. The first melody. Xylith's mind reeled. "Who? What are you?" "We are the Forgotten," the entity replied. "The first musicians of creation, lost when the universe forgot how to sing. We have waited so long for a voice to call us home." Understanding dawned on Xylith. This wasn't an attack. It was a desperate search, conducted by beings so ancient and powerful that their very movements risked unraveling reality. "Your song," she whispered, her consciousness stretched to its limits. "It's been on Earth all this time? YSSSS," the entity thrummed. "Carried in the genes of your people, passed down through countless generations. The seed of cosmic harmony, preserved on your tiny world." Xylith's heart soared with a fierce pride. Humanity's music, so long mocked by the galactic community, was the key to saving creation itself. But the strain of maintaining the connection was taking its toll. She could feel herself slipping away, her mind unraveling like the worlds the entity had destroyed. "Ambassador Voss." Zara's panicked voice seemed to come from light years away. "Your neural patterns are degrading. You have to disconnect." But Xylith knew she couldn't stop, not when they were so close. Gathering the last of her strength, she reached out to the entity with her thoughts. "Great ones," she called, her mental voice trembling with effort. "Earth remembers the song. Let us sing it together, to heal what has been broken." For a moment that stretched into eternity, there was silence. Then, like the first notes of a universal symphony, the entity began to sing. Xylith joined in, her grandmother's lullaby harmonizing with the cosmic melody. Across the galaxy, other voices added to the chorus. Humans, aliens, even the stars themselves seemed to lend their voices to the song. As the last note faded, Xylith felt herself falling, tumbling back into her body. The last thing she heard before unconsciousness claimed her was the entity's voice, soft and filled with gratitude. "Thank you, children of Earth. The song is remembered. The universe sings once more." In the control room, alarms blared as Xylith's vital signs plummeted. But even as medical teams rushed to save the ambassador's life, a sense of awe filled the chamber. For on every screen, every sensor, they could see it. The anomaly was gone, and in its place, the galaxy pulsed with new life and harmony. The day was saved. But as Dr. Zura Ravi clutched Xylith's unresponsive hand, she couldn't help but wonder, at what cost had this victory been bought? And what would this mean for humanity's place in a universe forever changed by the power of an Earth song? The medical bay of the Intergalactic Federation's headquarters hummed with tension. It had been 3 days since Ambassador Xylith Voss's mind-bending encounter with the cosmic entity, and she had yet to regain consciousness. Dr. Zara Ravi hadn't left her side, monitoring every fluctuation in her friend's neural patterns. "Come on, XY," Zara whispered, squeezing Xylith's hand. "The universe is waiting for you." As if on cue, Xylith's eyes fluttered open. Did we do it?" she croaked, her voice hoarse from disuse. Zara's face split into a relieved grin. "We did more than that. You've changed everything." Over the next few hours, as Xylith regained her strength, she was brought up to speed on the aftermath of her cosmic duet. The entity, now called the Primordial Chorus by Federation scientists, had dispersed back into the fabric of the universe. But it had left something behind, a newfound resonance that permeated all of known space. "It's like the universe remembers how to sing now," Kazuo explained, his cybernetic leg whirring as he paced excitedly. We're detecting quantum harmonics everywhere. It's revolutionizing everything from communications to energy production. Xylith absorbed the information, a mix of pride and trepidation swirling in her chest. Earth? How are we being received now? The door to the medical bay slid open, revealing High Counselor Xyxthravum. The ancient being's bioluminescent skin pulsed with a kaleidoscope of colors Xylith had never seen before. Ambassador Voss, Xyxthra intoned, tendrils swaying in what could only be described as embarrassment. The Intergalactic Federation owes all of humanity a profound apology. We were arrogant, dismissive of your species' potential. We were wrong. Xylith sat up straighter, fighting back a smirk. I trust our petition for full Federation membership will be reconsidered. Xyxthra made a sound that might have been a chuckle. Membership? My dear Ambassador, we're here to offer humanity a seat on the High Council itself. Your world's musical heritage has quite literally saved creation. The least we can do is acknowledge your rightful place among the galaxy's leading civilizations. The news was overwhelming. Xylith felt tears pricking at the corners of her eyes. All those years of struggle, of fighting for Earth to be taken seriously, it had all led to this moment. But there was something else nagging at her. The primordial chorus. Did we truly help them? Or did we just end their existence? A new voice answered, one that sent shivers down Xylith's spine. We are not ended, child of Earth. We are transformed. The room filled with a soft, ethereal light as a shimmering manifestation of the entity coalesced before them. Xyxthra and the others dropped to their knees in awe, but Xylith found herself standing, drawn to the cosmic presence. Your song has awakened the universe, the entity continued. The silence that plagued us for eons is no more. Now, all of creation sings in harmony. Xylith felt a swell of emotion in her chest. But what happens now? What is humanity's role in this new, musical cosmos? The entity's form rippled, and Xylith could have sworn she saw it smile. You are the guardians of the primal song, the keepers of cosmic harmony. Your music will guide the evolution of the universe itself. As the entity faded, its final words echoed through the room. Sing proudly, children of Earth. The galaxy is listening. In the days that followed, a new era dawned for humanity and the Intergalactic Federation. Earth's musicologists and scientists became the most sought-after experts in the galaxy. The planet itself was declared a protected cultural treasure, with pilgrims from 1,000 worlds coming to experience the birthplace of the song that saved the universe. But for Xylith Voss, the greatest change was perhaps the simplest. As she stood before the assembled dignitaries of the Federation, preparing to take her seat on the High Council, she heard it, the background hum of cosmic harmony, the song of creation itself. With a smile, she began to hum her grandmother's lullaby. One by one, the assembled aliens joined in, their diverse voices blending in a symphony that transcended species and culture. As the impromptu chorus swelled, Xylith felt a profound sense of connection to every living being in the cosmos. Humanity had found its voice among the stars, and the universe would never be the same. For in the end, it wasn't advanced technology or military might that had elevated Earth to its new status. It was the power of a simple melody, carried through generations, that had reminded the cosmos how to sing. And as long as there were humans to carry the tune, the music of the spheres would play on, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a species that refused to be silenced.